So we've talked about before, there's, several, significant issues with buy-sell agreements. And, the kind of the hook we put out there is which one of these are in yours? Don, do you want to talk about, some of the issues? I know we pointed out some of them already, but are there, what other issues come up inside of buy-sell agreements?
Well, there's several that fall in the area of life insurance, and one is the funding and how much insurance to buy. Usually, if they get the appraisal, that's not an issue. Then the question is, what type of insurance? Do you buy a term, or do you buy a permanent product, or some type of permanent, whether it's true guaranteed to 100 or guaranteed for 35 years or whatever? Time flies, and Paul mentioned his experience doing this in the number of years and so forth. And the next thing you know, you turn around, you've been doing this for X number of years, 30, 35 years, and you're still working. And these guys thought they were going to be retired 10 years ago, and they're not. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen where the term is expired, and now they got to re-up the term, and it's god-awful expensive, and they're saying, well, we're not going to pay that. Okay, so what's the alternative? So just to walk through that and have an understanding of how this plays out. If they're going to guarantee they're going to retire in X number of years, then fine, term. You're going to guarantee your partner that on this date you're out here. So, to explore that. And then if they do have life insurance, what happens if one of us retires? What happens to the policy on my life? You get to keep that? Do I have to give you yours back or sell it to you? What's going to happen along those areas? Another area, I'm curious on your thoughts on this, both of you, where dad's a partner, 2 or 3 other guys, whatever, and Junior's coming up through the ranks. Junior doesn't have any stock. There's no plans to give Junior stock for the next 3-5 years. So dad gets taken out of the picture. Does Junior have a call right? And who's going to make that decision? It's someone like a trust protector. To Paul's point of last will and testament, do you put a trust protector in the buy-sell agreement at the independent counsel, the appraiser, the CPA? Somebody says, you know what? We think Junior has shown his stripes and he's entitled to buy X%. He has to buy at a fair market value. So those are the things that, fathers want their sons in business with them. But a lot of those buy-sell agreements don't speak to that. So I'm just curious what you folks see.
Well, I agree. On the life insurance side, there's another interesting issue, and that is the life insurance counted as part of the value of the company, or is it simply viewed as a pass-through and not any impact on value?
True.
And that's the way I think it should be done, because that was the purpose of the life insurance, was to fund a buyout. But it makes a big difference, especially if you have a big policy. It might really inflate the value of the interest. So you definitely, the buy-sell agreement needs to speak to that, as well as you mentioned, Don. I think people whose policies are no longer needed should have a first dibs at that policy on their life. I mean, it's fundamentally fair, going back to that point. So.
Sure. Yeah, and that's that old saying, isn't it? The last to die wins, right?